Okay, gun debate. Let's do it. If history shows us anything, we could look to our cousins across the pond. They banned guns in England, and knife crimes escalated. And now they're banning knives. Now, me over here in America, I don't care much for guns. Don't have one. Don't use one. The guns that I show off are my husband's. And they are all unloaded at the time that I show them off. And they have no bullets anywhere near them. Because I'm afraid of guns. And it's okay to be afraid of guns. It's okay. You could be afraid of guns because of something you experienced in your past and still fight for the right for other people to have their Second Amendment. I prefer blades because blades are also a deadly weapon, as well as bows and arrows. I'd love to utilize a bow and an arrow again, because if you look back in history, the bow, when versus a rifle from the U.S. Continental Army, the bow would outdo the rifle. So, guns, what are military-style weapons? Can you give me a couple?
Well, a lot of people are saying the military-style weapons would be like the AR-15. Okay, the AR-15 is what they consider a sport rifle.
Hold on. Do the military use the AR-15?
Never have.
Okay. I was just curious. Go ahead.
They use something similar.
Which would be?
The M16.
The M16.
Similar.
How so?
The AR-15 was built differently. It wasn't built to the same specs. It was not available for selective fire. It had one fire mode, and that was I pull the trigger, it shoots a bullet.
Just one bullet?
A bullet.
So the AR-15 only shoots one bullet per trigger pull, so you literally have to go pew, 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 pew with your finger.
Yeah, unless you modify it, which is, by the way, guys, illegal.
Oh, hold on. We're not into the illegal junk yet. We're not into that. Okay, so the AR-15 was modeled after the M16, but the M16 is the only one that could spit out multiple rounds per trigger pull. So the AR-15 is not or is considered a military-style weapon because of its looks.
Because of its looks, mainly.
Okay. Go on. Next one.
Next one. They have a version of the AK-47.
And what's that?
That is not the Russian-built AK-47. The AK-47 out of Russia is a 7.62x23, I believe. And the one here in America that you keep finding that people say they have is a 223 or 5.56 model. Basically, it's a smaller bullet.
That's a lot of fucking numbers. I know you military people know what he's talking about. I'm sitting here with the rest of them going, okay, so smaller bullet. Great.
Yep.
Okay.
Smaller bullet.
Okay, I get that. I can work with that. But is the AK-47 either type banned or not banned here in the USA?
The Russian model, yes.
And the American model?
The one they tout as the American model, which I believe was built, I think it's built in Taiwan, everything else is around here. But that's beside the point.
What isn't?
Yeah. I have no idea where the quote-unquote illegal AK-47 is from. It's sure as hell ain't from Russia.
Okay, so they're both illegal according to the law here in America. So
no, the 5.56 version is not illegal.
It's not illegal. So that's the fake AK-47 is not illegal.
Yeah.
And Does the fake AK-47 spit multiple bullets per trigger pull?
Only modified.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is both the AR-15 that looks like a military M16 and the AK-47 that looks like the actual AK-47, both you've got to pull the trigger multiple times to get multiple bullets to come out of the barrel. That's a lot of pulling of the
Semi-automatic.
trigger. Yeah. Okay, semi-automatic. Okay, good. So that is a word I understand. Okay. But a lot of people don't understand the difference between semi-automatic and automatic. Okay. So basically these two guns that aren't banned, that look like military style weapons, are not, unless modified, spit one bullet out per trigger pull. So you got to do a lot of trigger pulls. Okay. The next one. We all know that the Tommy gun is banned. But do we have another gun that looks like a gun other than that squirrel hunting gun that looks like an AK or that looks like an M16?
There's a new one out now called a Draco. It looks like an AK-74.
Okay.
And they're illegal.
Okay, so the Draco and the AK-47 or 74, both of those are illegal to have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are submachine guns.
Okay. And we know they banned bump stocks. And they banned almost everything else, as well as different size clips. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple questions because you know all about California and the banment thereof. Okay. Say I'm a person living in California, I'm a resident, and I want to go out to a different state and buy a gun that's not allowed in the state. Can I do that without criminality?
No. It's illegal.
So if I go to, say, Nevada and buy my guns and bring them back in, then if the law finds out that I have them, I'm going to be decked with what? At least 2 charges, right? Buying a gun that isn't allowed in California and buying one from out of state and bringing it back in, right?
Yes, and that goes for any weapon, not just the illegal ones.
Oh.
You can go buy a revolver in Nevada and bring it to California and you're going to get hit on the same charge.
Uh-oh. Well, that's not good.
No, because you skip California sales tax. They don't like that.
Okay, well, I've got another question for you. The Garlic Festival. Now, we broke down the Garlic Festival, and we both know that this guy in the Garlic Festival, he went out and he bought a gun that wasn't allowed in California from another state and brought it back across state lines to commit the crime. Now, you're a security guard.
Well, I was.
Well, you were, but still, with like 21 years of security behind you, I'm pretty sure you can answer this question. I'm asking you, in a no-gun zone, okay, being that you're security, the way this guy got in was hopping over a creek bed and getting in through the back fence that was broken. Now, you're responsible for all these people's lives because they cannot carry guns into this particular area. How would you have secured the area better to make sure this never happened?
One, if I knew that break was there, which I would have, because in a place like that, before you set up security, you check the place out if they're doing their job.
Well, we never accused California of ever doing their job.
Number 2, I'd put somebody over there.
Or fix the fence, possibly?
I mean, barring fixing the fence, I'd put a body there.
Because at nighttime and you don't know, maybe they'll climb the fence back there or something.
That too.
Okay, so a patrol back there. Sounds fair in the dark areas where no one can see.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, thinking about that, you got your extra patrols back there. Fixing the fence. Can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
That pretty much would have handled the problem then. And that thing wouldn't have went down. He would have had to shot from outside the fence, which wouldn't have been smart because that's not a no-gun zone. So, we've learned that apparently the security guards didn't do their job. Sorry, security guards. I have nothing but love for security guards. I have always had love for security guards because they secure shit. But the fact of the matter is that they didn't do their jobs, clearly, by not checking for that break in the fence. They did not put a patrol back there to make sure the individuals were safe. They did not do that. Number two, oh boy, he did not follow the law. He was not a law-abiding citizen. He went across state lines, bought a gun, brought it back. Both them guns were illegal. They were already banned. It was banned from that action. So, out of that, we could comprehend that this is a no-no. And it was made by a criminal, not by a law-abiding citizen. Therefore, the laws that were already in place didn't work. Okay, so more laws ain't gonna work. Not in that situation. Let's go on to the next situation, Dayton, Ohio. Now, it was said that this man used a modified gun, which I believe is illegal in Dayton, and that particular gun is illegal in Dayton. And he used 2 barrel clips.
Drum clips.
Drum clips, barrel clips, drum clips. Lots of bullets in them.
I don't know if Dayton has a ban on the drum clips. I do know they have a ban on, or Ohio in general, I know they do have a ban on modifying a weapon to where it spits out more than 1 round at a time. Because, guess what? That's a federal law.
Now, the federal law states that you can't do that. You can't modify that weapon. But it was modified, and it had 2 barrel clips, which I know for a fact was banned. Because Pelosi and Feinstein got together, and they said any clip that holds more than 100 rounds is banned. And those drum clips hold more than 100 rounds.
Will they pass that through Congress?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They did that a while ago. So we see in that particular incident that the laws didn't work. But that's not why I brought Dayton up. The reason I brought Dayton up is, do you know where it happened at? The shooting.
Outside of a bar.
And what are bars?
No gun zones.
Do you sense a pattern here?
Yeah, kind of like, I don't know, say...
Sandy Hook. You want to say it.
Sandy Hook, school. No gun zone. El Paso, the property. No gun zone.
We'll get to El Paso in a minute.
Sorry, jumping ahead.
Yep. So as we see, once again, it was not provided with proper security. Now, I'm not saying that about the Dayton, Ohio police, because I do know that 5 minutes before the shooting, they had a patrol, and that's why everybody responded so fast, is because they were trying to keep people safe. But the fact of the matter is, it was outside of a no-gun zone. Now we're going to move to El Paso. In this guy's manifesto, that's what I'm going to bring up after we speak about this. This guy was on a property, Simon Properties, which are
No gun zones.
no gun zones. So this Walmart was renting a spot on a no gun zone. In this man's manifesto, it said, and I'll do the whole quote, and then I want to break it down for you. Do not go to heavily guarded areas to live out your COD sniper fantasy. COD, they're referring to Call of Duty. And none of these were sniper rifles, so none of them were actually relevant. That part was not relevant. Excuse me. In the whole deal. What part was relevant is do not go to heavily guarded areas. Sandy Hook, no gun zone. Garlic Festival, no gun zone. Dayton, Ohio, no gun zone. Simon Properties, no gun zone. Schools, no gun zones. You don't see these shootings happening in courthouses, which are no gun zones, because the security there is heavily guarded, meaning they are armed. What we need to do is get to the root of these problems. It's not a weapon that looks like another weapon that are doing these things. It's the people. And the people are doing these things because they know these areas are not heavily guarded. It doesn't happen at a police station. It doesn't happen at a courthouse. It doesn't happen anywhere else that is heavily guarded. It happens at schools. It happens at no gun zones. It happens at festivals. It happens at bars. And it is perpetrated by criminals. And it's perpetrated by rinky-dink criminals who have been lonely all their lives, sitting in their mother's basement, kind of like Antifa, that perpetrate these crimes to get their 15 minutes of fame. What we need to do is stop no gun zones or heavily guard them and have security armed. Regardless what you say, guns are not perpetrating these crimes. The people are. And the people are doing it not because they're crazy, not because they're idiots, but because they want fame and they want their day in the sun, and they know these places are not guarded. They're not heavily armed. So if you want a real conversation about gun laws, we could have one. I'm looking for solutions. I'm not looking to blame Trump. I'm not looking to blame Congress. I'm not looking to blame liberals or Democrats or anybody else.
We'll bring something up.
Hurry up.
Okay. On that correction on that gun law and the high cap magazines, the drum rounds.
Yes.
Yeah. Here you go, guys. Congress allowed the law to expire. Consequently, formerly banned high-capacity ammunition magazines and assault weapons are now legal unless banned by state or local governments.
Oh, Congress. I am now looking to blame Congress. See how facts are? They always bring new nifty shit to the table.
Like in the state of California, a gun cannot have more than 10 rounds in a magazine.
Fair enough. That gun had more than 10 rounds.
It had 15.
That's a lot of rounds.
And it was a pistol, guys.
It was a pistol.
The Garlic Festival, it was a pistol. What is it? 80% of the crimes are perpetrated by pistols? Something like that?
Maybe we should ban pistols. Then the cops can't have any guns either. They'll have to use nightsticks and high capacity round clips. Thanks, Congress. I really thought she passed that.
She did. It expired in 2013.
Oh no, that was on Obama's watch. My. Well.
I guess they were too busy running guns to other countries. Oh shit, did I say that out loud?
Oh, you said that out loud. Good point, though. Anyway, back to my point. I'm more than happy to have a debate to find solutions. But it seems all you guys want to do is blame someone. So I guess we could blame Congress, and we could definitely blame Obama, because he's the one that let it expire on his watch. And yes, I'm happy because I didn't like Obama. I don't think I know anybody that does, or that I like anybody that does. Anyway,
I like to make fun of him.
That's a different topic. Who doesn't? Anyway, many ways, we're going to go on, and I'm going to let you write in the comments everything you think that should be banned. And we'll have a nice conversation and debate. Remember, keep it clean, keep it civil. We're looking for solutions, not blaming. And I joke when I say that, as far as Obama and Congress. I want to look for solutions. So let's find some. Thank you, and that's Real with Robo.